All right, so in this video, I'm going to teach you guys pretty much everything that I've learned in the last, I don't know, like 6 years or so. I started like mid 2019. So yeah, I guess about bro, 6 years now. That's kind of crazy to think about. All right, so first of all, you might look at this and be like, what the fuck is going on? So first things first, the program that I have here, this is called TC2000. Now, hopefully you can see my mouse. Yeah, you can. All right, so this is called TC2000. This is just the program that I use for charts, scans, and it tells me position sizing. So down here, move my camera. So down here in the bottom left, this is the position sizing, like risk calculator. So it tells me how much to put into it. And then I have, positions list, my main watch list, and then my other watch list. And then this is like scans. So I go through all this stuff up here. But first things first, like get TC2000 set up. This is the best program you will ever come across in your entire life. I used to use TradingView when I first started, but it just doesn't do what TC2000 does. And you'll see that in this video. You'll be like, oh, fuck, I should probably get that. I think it's like $25 a month if you use the code that I give you, which is going to be in the description. And I'll allow you to just download this entire layout. So super simple setup. Like you just download the layout. There it goes. You'll have this watch list right here. So to make sure that this is your flagged list, you'll have probably no flagged items when you first get TC2000. You click this, and then you'll see right here it says flagged items. So just make sure it's clicked on flagged items, and that way, like if I go to iNod, for example, I can unflag it right here. It goes off the list, or I can reflag it right there, and it goes back on the list. So for this whole list, system thing like that, that's kind of how that works. And then anything else, I just drag it over. So let's say I find something on here, APLD, for example, and I bought it, then I would drag it down here into my positions list, which I already did. So if I wanted to remove this, I would just, click on this, drag it over there, or I would type APLD. And then also to search up a stock, you click anywhere on here, and you just type. You literally just start typing. Like, you can do whatever you want. So first things first, let's go over the basics of the main setup that I trade. Now, the main setup that I trade, we're going to use the example. Let's use DXYZ. We're going to use this one. So the main setup that I trade, I look for setups on the daily chart. Now, I'm going to show you something that's like pretty fucking magical, because when I first learned this, I was like, oh my God, I just unlocked the secrets to trading, and I'm going to be a billionaire probably by summer. That didn't work out, but I did make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money in the last, 6 or so years. It's definitely picking up more and more now. But yeah, so on the left here, let's go over some basics of like the stocks that I trade. So I want at least $30 million volume. You can mess with it, like maybe $10 million volume minimum if you have a smaller stock. And if you're on your scans, like you can go over here, 1 month gainer, for example, click there, click here, and then dollar volume here. So it's set to 300,000, which is multiplied by 100 here. So I could change this to like, I think that would do it. Yeah, that would be like 10 million. But I just keep it at 30 million right now. So 30 million is the minimum, because I want stocks that are liquid. I want stocks that investors are putting lots of money into. I want stocks that funds are putting money into, institutions, like all the big guys will be putting their money into these stocks. And I'll show you that in a second, how we can see that. So the goal here is to identify where the funds are putting their money and follow them. That's it. It's that simple. Now, a lot of people say like the ICT concepts and shit. Blows my mind, because the funds are not sitting there day trading SPY or NASDAQ futures. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, but that is not how it works. The funds are putting their money into U.S. stocks majority of the time. Like, sure, there's Forex and futures and things like that, but if you want to make a lot of money as a retail investor, it's not going to be like leveraging the fuck out of a day trade. It's going to be catching very big winning stocks. Like, you guys know all these people who have gotten rich, like off like GameStop, for example. If I told you, hey, you can catch GameStop every single time accurately, watch this video, you'd be like, there's no way. Let me watch the video. So that's what I'm going to tell you. So I keep saying so. Right now, let's look at DXYZ. So $30 million, I said so again, $30 million volume, right? ADR up here. So I have ADR percent on the document that I'm giving you guys in the description. It'll teach you how to add that. I also have like earnings and some other stuff. So if you want to copy my toolbar settings, this is what it is. So I have earnings, ADR, market cap, which you just type in capitalization. This one you type in next earnings. Float, which is latest float. Momentum, that's a different filter that I made, kind of like ADR. You don't need it. Ignore it, honestly, for now. Right now, just have ADR, market cap, and next earnings. That's really all you need. That's all I look at. So ADR 6.95. I want a stock that has a higher than 5% ADR, which on these scans, this is going to filter this out for you. And I'll show you how to go through these scans and find these stocks. But if you need to add the ADR formula to the top of the toolbar, you can do that. That way, if you like type in any stock, you can see what the ADR is. But it's already added here, and this is the formula as well. I have a shorter version of this. Like when I made this, I wasn't using my right brain, so I ended up doing it the most complicated way possible. You'll see like the new formula that I have pasted is like literally like 4 letters. It's way easier. I don't know why it's done like this, but anyways, yeah. So 5% ADR. Now what that means is a stock moves faster than 5% per day, which is what you want. I don't want to be stuck in a slow stock. You don't either. I want my money to move very, very fast. I want to make 20, 30% on a trade and keep going. If not, I don't really want to trade it. So 20, 30%, I want a stock that moves fast, okay? So having a 5% ADR or higher is crucial. Having $30 million volume or more for me is crucial. If you have less money, you can reduce that. But 30 million is like probably where you'd want to be at because that's where, like the funds and stuff are investing. But then we look here at the daily chart, and what you'll notice is the stock makes a big move up. The moving averages are inclining and they're in order. So the only indicators I have are the 10, 20, 50, and 200. And then the stock pulls back to the moving averages right here, which is, you can see it pulls back to the 10, bounces, goes higher, and then continues to hold the 10. And what it does here is it builds this range. So it makes higher lows and lower highs here. Now, what this is telling us is funds are buying this up. This thing went up 350%. A lot of people are like, oh, the move's over. It's pulling back. It's crashing. And that's what people say. They fucking panic every 10 seconds. It's like, dude, let the thing do it, like what it's going to do. Pulls back to the 10, bounces. People are like, oh, it's taken off again. Should we have bought it? No. Wait for it. And then it pulls back to the 10 again, continues to make higher lows, lower highs. We see that big increase in volume. And then also, as this thing is pulling back to the moving averages, it can pull back to the 10 and or the 20. But ideally, you want the moving averages, inclining and probably in order. I'll show some examples where they're not, but majority of the times you do want that. And as it's going sideways and like building this range, tightening up, the volume is dying out as well. And then this day, when it breaks through the range on breakout day, this is high volume. This is the day that you'll be entering it. So to recap that, I just realized I said so a bunch of times. To recap that, it's a big move up, pulls back to the 10 and or 20, puts in higher lows and lower highs, so it's building a tightening range, right? It's going like this. So the price is kind of bouncing in between here, more and more and more and more, and then finally it breaks out. Now, how do we know that the stock's going to break out? Well, we actually don't. We have no idea. So you don't buy it when it's consolidating. You buy it as soon as it's breaking out. But what gives us an indication that the stock is going to break out and it's going to continue and people are still going to be investing in this is the higher lows here. So if a stock pulls back and it just keeps making lower lows and it starts cutting through moving averages, it's not holding up, ignore it. It's that simple. Get rid of it. Don't put it on your watch list. Don't do any of that. So when you're going through, I'm spamming. So when you're going through this, you have the 1 month gainer, the 3 month gainer, and the 6 month gainer. Those are the 3 scans that I mainly use. When you're going through that, this is what you're looking for. So if I go through and look at this, I can see first stock on the top of this list. I sort it by dollar volume. What's happening? Big move up, and now it's pulling back, starting to build a range along the moving averages. Volume's starting to die out, but it's still pretty high. But it is starting to die out. This is starting to pull back. It's consolidating. Maybe it looks like it wants to build a range. Still putting in higher lows. Everything looks good here. We can see that, right? And looking at the hourly, I can get a zoomed in picture of it. So that's kind of how I look at it. And then you'll see, what would I do here with this? Well, depending on the momentum of the stock, depending on the group of this stock, like is this an AI stock or like whatever's hot, what's going on at the moment? Right now it's AI stocks. It's like technology in general. I have not looked up this company. I'm not sure what it is. I could look it up right now. I'm assuming it's probably some sort of like AI or I don't really know, something. Let's see. CoreWeave Inc. Let's see what this is. CoreWeave Cloud. CoreWeave powers the creation and delivery of intelligence that drives innovation. American AI cloud computing startup. What do you know? I didn't even have to look that up because the stock is going straight up. It's pretty fucking obvious. If all the AI stocks are going up, Pony made a 400% move, now pulling back, building a range, going sideways, holding the moving averages, Not really putting in higher lows. It started to put in lower lows, but it is building a range. You can see, AI stocks are doing well. Let's go back to CoreWave. I just saw a giant lightning bolt. Dude, that scared the shit out of me. You can see here, this thing right here is going up like crazy, right? What happens? It's starting to consolidate. Like, there's no other way to look at these types of stocks other than this. Like, you wait for the stock to trend. As it's trending, it's going up. It's making the big move. You wait for it to pull back to the moving average, and that is literally it. You wait for it to consolidate, and then you buy it when it breaks out. So DXYZ, for example, same exact thing back here. You wait for it to build the setup, and then you buy it when it breaks out, and it continues. As long as it's putting in higher lows, as long as the structure of it is good, there's really, like, you can't argue that. Like, it just looks amazing. So another thing is AI, right? Like, I was talking about that AI stuff. When all these stocks are going up in a group, Pony AI, BB AI, FF AI, when stocks like this start picking up in a group, they're all doing good. You want to look for the one that stands out the most, the one that's doing the best. Another great example would be QBTS. This one so far has made the biggest move, 146%. Then we have IONQ, which hasn't made as big of a move, made a 70% move. We have QUBT. We have QMCO. I don't really know if this is, it says quantum, but I forget if it was actually a quantum name. But basically, there's a couple of these quantum computing stocks, and the one that's doing the best, performing the best, has the highest ADR, sometimes the lowest market cap, but the highest ADR, is making the biggest moves. It has the most dollar volume. This is the stock you want to be in. That's the leader of the group. So you find the good stocks, and then you look for your setup. So I have this one flagged. I actually just sold it, which technically I shouldn't have, but I got stopped out in profit. I had an in profit stop. It was probably a little bit too tight. Go over that later. But yeah, so you look for the good groups, and then you wait for the stocks to set up. So you have the good group of stocks. You know which one is leading. You know which one's the best. Like for this example, QBTS is the best out of the quantum names. This is one you guys can just take right away. I'm giving this to you as a free stock, right? It's going up. It's up 150%. What's happening? It's starting to pull back to the 10. The 20 may need to catch up, and hopefully this will build a range here and become tradable, just like DXYZ. So you find that thing, right? QBTS, let's say you find this on your volume scan, or your 1 month gainer scan, which it's right here. It's the third one on the list. This thing is giving you the stocks. It's giving you 23 right here. You just got to go through and look at them. So right here, QBTS, it's giving us the stock right here. We can see it's recently made a big move up. It's in a good group. It's acting very well. It just hasn't really pulled back and built like too much of a tradable range. Back here, it was a little tough. It did do it. It made a big move up, pulled back, broke out. Big move up, pulled back, broke out. Big move up, pulled back, broke out. Like there's a couple examples of it here on this run. Are they the best? Not really, but they are tradable. So they're harder to spot, but they're tradable. So we're waiting for this one. It makes a big move up. It pulls back. So what do? Put it on the flagged list or put it on my focus list right here. I put them on my focus list because I have 54 items here on my flagged. These are ones that are just kind of, maybe they're like QUBT to QBTS. It's a little behind. It's not doing as good, but I still want to watch it, so I'd put it on my flagged list, for example, if I had QBTS on here. But I just have both of them because these are both good. I would probably use like IONQ for an example, which this is on my flagged list. This is behind. Maybe QBTS and QBT are somewhat competing. This thing's up 134%. This thing's up 160%. Like, they're pretty close. So it's like, all right, which one sets up first? Which one takes off first? They got pretty similar ADRs. QBTS is probably the leader here. But this is the one I'd wait for. So you put that on your list. You wait for the setup, and then you buy it. You don't buy it now. You don't do any of that stuff. Wait for the perfect opportunity. OKLO. This stock is gaining some great momentum. Wait for it to pull back, set up. We also have stocks in this group like LTBR. These are nuclear companies, NNE. So OKLO, NNE, LTBR. Which one looks the best? That one. Pretty obvious. Why? Because it went up the most, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it did go up the most. And what else? It's also holding up the best. You can see the moving averages are in order. 10, 20, 50, 200. All inclining, volume increasing. We're waiting for this to pull back, build a range. LTBR, what's happening? Putting in lower lows. Yes, it's pulling back to the moving averages, but it's not holding up as good. It had a bigger single day. Day one was a lot bigger. It had like a 33% move, but OKLO is more sustainable. More investors are coming into this. it's moving a lot cleaner. Like, look at the price action on this thing versus the price action on this one. This one's a little bit more choppy. It tends to just kind of pick up really quick and then pull back really quick. OKLO is much more linear. It's much smoother. Everything about this stock just looks better. So this is the one I put my focus on. Boom, this would go into the focus list. I already own this stock. I bought it this day when it broke out of this range here because it gapped up on some decent news, but it's just a good group. The stock was already gaining momentum. I will go over that setup, like the gap up, because that's another one. I bought this gap up today. I bought this pretty early on in the day. I'll go over that one in another video. If this video does good and you guys like this, I will 100% do that, and then I'll start on the series very, very soon, teaching you guys everything start to finish. But yeah, that's basically what I do. So I look for these stocks that are gaining momentum, and as soon as I see, like, all right, they're gaining momentum, let's check it out. Are they leading the market? Like, is this in a good group? Yeah, this is. This is an AI cloud type of shit. 215%. Regardless, it's going straight up to the moon. $3.2 billion today alone. That's not even a high volume day. And it had $3.2 billion. The investors are putting their money here. They're not putting it into the fair value craps. I'm sorry, they're just not. And it's ridiculous. I don't know why you guys think that, but I guess you guys watching this don't, but some other people think that. Yeah, so I would just go through. Oh, SMR. This is another nuclear one. You can see NuScale Power. This is in the same group. Industrials, diversified industrials. Let's see. OKLO. OKLO is actually utilities. NNE is industrials, diversified industrials. But SMR is another nuclear stock, so just look it up. Or you can see they're all kind of acting the same. Big move up, pulls back, gaps up. Big move up, pulls back, gaps up. They're in the same group. And SMR, it's kind of competing with OKLO. It says a 1080R. OKLO has an 11.13. OKLO probably has more dollar volume. I'm actually not too sure. I think it does. But either way, watch both of them. So put, maybe this one on your flagged list and then OKLO on your focus because you believe that this is already the leader. Wait for this thing to set up, give you that good setup. Something like this, DXYZ, where it pulled back, built this range. A lot of the times you'll get those thin candles right there, and you buy them as soon as they are breaking out, and your stop loss goes at the low of the day. So you're buying these things very, very quick. Right here, you buy it, stop loss goes at the low of the day. So as soon as it's breaking this previous day's high right there, stop loss right here. So that creates about like a 2-3% stop if you get a good entry. So to buy it, you go over to the 1 minute chart. I'll show you how I bought APLD today. Maybe that'll give you a better insight. So I go over to the 1 minute chart. Like, let's pretend this is a breakout. This is a different type of trade, which, like I said, I'll go over that later. But as soon as this is breaking out, like, for example, if this was a breakout, it's kind of a variation to it, but this would be a pretty shitty setup. As soon as it's, like, gapping up, let's say, you would just use the 1 minute opening range high. As soon as it's breaking those highs, you buy it. Stop loss goes at the low of the day. Or you wait for it to be breaking out of the range. So what is another one? PLTR, or let's use PLTR because PTIR is a little thinner. So PTIR, this is a great example of a breakout. So makes a bit, I'm saying so many times. Sorry. Big move up, pulls back to the 10 and the 20. Builds this range. Volume's kind of dying out. Range is a little bit sloppy, but not bad. And then it breaks out right here. As soon as it breaks this previous day's high right here, that's when I buy it. Looking at it right here, we can see breaking that previous day's high, like right here on this candle. Oh my God. Not only am I buying it, but look at how much volume is here. Look at the 1 minute chart. Look at all that volume. Tons of people are buying this. It's not just me. It's not just retail. Like, this is a lot of people buying it as soon as the previous day high is taken out. And we buy it right there. Stop loss goes at the low of the day. This is a 3% stop about. So this formula down here will tell you exactly how many shares to buy, exactly where the low of the day is, and that'll just answer all your questions. And then you go to your broker, boom, boom, boom. You type in stop loss, low of day, 128.86. Shares to buy, 1% risk. If you're risking 1%, you type in the 334, and you would just do it like that. Very simple. It calculates it for you. If you want to see like more on that, let me know. Like, I can break that down more. And then let's go over when to sell it. I can break all this stuff down like a lot more in depth. I have some stuff written out. I do have stuff written out on my website, so you guys might want to check that out. I'll put that in the description of this video as well. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Like, I need your guys' feedback on this stuff, and I do want to start that boot camp series. I'm just waiting until I move. Or I guess not really like a boot camp. It's just like a whole series. Maybe it'll be called the boot camp. I know we're gonna do the Nitro boot camp. My bad. Okay, so when do you sell? Dude, those lightning bolts are blinding me. It's like I'm getting flashbanged. All right, so when do you sell this? It makes a big move up. It pulls back, builds this range. Higher lows, lower highs. As this thing's going sideways, volume's dying out. As soon as it breaks out, very high volume here on this day, that's when you buy it. Stop loss goes at the low of the day. So on this one, it's already opening out of the range. So you use the 1 minute chart. You wait for that, previous high, or you wait for that 1 minute candle to form. And then as soon as the first 1 minute candle forms, the high of that, as soon as the high breaks that, like on the next candle, the second minute, you buy it. Or maybe it's not the second minute, maybe it's a couple minutes later. But as soon as the high is broken on that, you buy it. Stop loss goes at the low of the day. And it tells you how many shares to buy in the bottom left corner. And then you hold it. When you're up like 3 to 5 times your risk, I usually do it at 5 times my risk. You sell a portion of the position. So let's say anywhere from 10 to 30%. If you buy 100 shares, you're selling anywhere from 10 to 30 shares. And then you move your stop loss from the low of the day now to break even. So whatever you bought it at, and that way you secured all those profits. And then when you sell the entire thing, you sell it when it closes under the 10-day simple moving average. So you buy it here, a couple days in, maybe here you're up 5 times your risk. You definitely are. Sell it at the end of the day. Sell a portion of your position. Always wait until the end of the day. And then move your stop loss from the low of the day now to break even. So whatever your average cost was, wherever you bought this at, which around 468 is where I bought this. Which is kind of funny that I just clicked on that. And then you sell the entire thing when it closes under the 10. So wait until the end of the day. You can see this candle is about to close red under the 10 SMA. Even if it closes green under the 10, you still sell it. And that's it. Then you wait for another setup. In this case, it didn't give you another setup. But yeah, I really think that's it for this. I just kind of wanted to make a quick little video. Not too fucking quick. There's 22 minutes of yapping. But yeah, if you guys like videos like this, be sure to let me know. And if you want me to do that series, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions on how you want it structured, if you want it video by video, if you want it in one big video, if you have certain topics you want me to cover, like very specific topics, or you have like a full chronological order of how you want me to do it, like starting with TC or just starting with the setup, like I don't know where you guys are at. So let me know in the comments, and I will do that, and then I'll have all the tools linked in the description of this video. But yeah, that wraps it up for this one. I just kind of wanted to put this out there because you guys have been asking me a shit ton of questions. All right, later.